All right, everybody, we are live. Let me kill this TV in the background. Today, I'm figuring I'd make a video about something I've wanted to be put down for a while, guys. Plus and minuses of about being your own boss and your own businessman. Even though I'm not official yet, I don't have my LLC. I'm working towards it. Those of you who don't know, I'm active duty Army currently. But I'm on my way transitioning out of the active duty. And I'm doing a schooling program, which is going to give me my ASE certs, which is one of the next steps I need to progress towards my LLC. Little background: I've been mechanicking, if you want to say, for about 8 years now. I did it since I was young. My dad taught me. I love doing it. Did it before I joined the Army. It's what I decided to do joining the Army, was to be a mechanic. And it's what I'm going to do while I get out of the Army. And it's also what I've been doing as a side job in the Army, because they don't pay very well, but this is a different topic completely. But it has a lot of positives, but recently I have some negatives, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But positives are: you choose your own hours. You choose how many hours you want to work. You can take off whenever you want to and all that good stuff. I don't know all the business stuff as far as what I have to keep track of yet, because I do not have my LLC. So there's obviously going to be a lot more responsibility I'm going to have to be taking as a business owner. But for now, I just can do some side jobs, help pay some bills, pour it into my car, pour it into the fact that I just bought a house. Where was I going? Lost train of thought. But I enjoyed a lot. And it wouldn't be a surprise to you guys. I'm sure if you've watched my videos, I've talked about that I'm in Texas. I'm over here stationed at Fort Hood. Sometimes I go to some sketchy places. And one of my videos I posted about a month or two ago, it was a transmission removal on a Chevy Impala. If you guys watched that video, I did it with a good buddy of mine in the Army. We got it knocked out fast. It wasn't too bad. We got paid. But stuff wasn't going right. Not as us as mechanics, but with the customer and with the car. So we were supposed to get the transmission removed that day. He was supposed to go bring it, get a new transmission, new old transmission from junkyard or wherever he was going to get it. He was supposed to get that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 2 days after we uninstalled it, 2 days after we removed it. So let me bring this closer because it seems to be a little quiet. But we got it removed fast. We got it done good, as good mechanics would. We put all the bolts back in the holes, so in case we weren't the ones to touch it next, anyone would be able to remember. We even left some of the bolts in the old transmission for where they go, because they were different lengths and stuff like that. Like, we were doing everything right, as best as me and my compadre knew how to do. But I don't know if I said this in the video. I think he contacts me 2 weeks later. About 2 weeks later, he contacts me and says, yeah, my car got impounded. This is not something you want to hear when you leave your own tools supporting his engine on his vehicle. Come to find out, I found this out because we took the transmission, put it on the side of the apartment building that he was living in, and there's paper on the door that said he owed $2,000. So this man was in debt. He didn't even live there. I don't know why he didn't get his car towed to his actual place where he was living with, I don't know, his family. But, and I'm not trying to share all this, but I'm going to, because this man has harassed me, and I'll keep going into detail about what I'm talking about. So he sends me a text. Yeah, my vehicle got impounded. I'm like, okay, so what happens now? Is my tool still there? Is everything still there? The vehicle was up on tires being supported by that with the hood up. How did that even get towed? Is stuff damaged? So 2 or 3 weeks, extra weeks go by, and then he says, all right, I got the car back. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus. Maybe. He's like, yeah, I got the car back. Now I got to go get the transmission. I'm like, all right, let me know when you get the transmission. He keeps texting me like every week. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get it today. I was like, all right, cool. Let me know when you get it, and I'll come install it that day. So now it's been like 4, 5, 6 weeks since we uninstalled the transmission. So hopefully we'll remember how to put it back together after being that long. I think another 2 weeks pass. He says, look, I'm going to get the transmission today. I'm like, all right, whatever. At this point, I can't believe anything this man says. He keeps telling me one thing and doing another. But I'm like, all right, cool, man. Send me a text when you get it. He sends me like 2 or 3 texts, tries to call me 3 times. I'm like, I can't remember what I was doing. I was either playing some video games or something like that with my brothers. And he's like, yo, I got the transmission. I'm like, all right, cool. I text my buddy, see if he's able to do it. He's like, yeah, we can go do this, even though none of us wanted to, because it's been 2 months now since we removed the transmission. So anything can go wrong, which I'll explain in a little bit. But we end up going there and assessing what's missing and what happened, because it's been impounded. It's been 2 months. It's at his new house, or wherever he's living with other family members, probably, because he doesn't have money. We get there, we're like, okay, my engine brace is still there, still supporting the engine. Let's check for stuff that's here. And we open the doors, piled floor to ceiling, bunch of everything. Like, no mechanic wants to work on a vehicle that's that full of crap. I know I don't. I felt like I was going to catch a disease just digging through there. But we had to sort through some stuff to see what all was missing. So we pull the subframe out from under the car, jack it up, put it on jack stands. He got the transmission. Cool. He got a junkyard transmission. Who knows if it's good? I still don't know if it's good because I still haven't finished the job, and I'm not going to. But we start laying things out. We're like, okay, get the transmission. We got these bolts here. Oh, where are the other bolts that were in the transmission for the bracket? What do you mean? The ones that we left hand threaded into the old transmission, so we know where they went. Disappeared, gone. So there was a few bolts he was missing. He was missing the 3 torque converter bolts to hold the torque converter to the flex plate of the engine. So without that, we can't put the transmission in. So we were dilly-dallying with that for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And we were just, me and my buddy were like, all right, let's just get this thing up. If we have the bolt, if he finds the bolts by then, because he was running back and forth, different stores, back to the junkyard, tried to talk to the guy. Eventually, he went to the junkyard and found them. Go figure. They're still on the torque converter, probably. The old one. Where's the mic on this thing? I don't know why it's being so quiet, but oh well. I hope you guys can hear all this. Shoot. Let me see real quick. But yeah, so he found the torque converter bolts. At this time, we'd almost been wrestling that transmission up for an hour and a half, 2 hours. It wasn't going smooth. It would have been nice to have another jack there. But we got it in. We started throwing some bolts in. He gets there with the torque converter bolts. And then I bolt that in, and I realize, where's the bracket that connects the engine to the transmission? So that transmission, if you look at it, it's like an L shape. You got the engine right here. I say right here. This is where your torque converter is, and this is the shaft going to the passenger side where your CV joint goes through, your half shaft. So We bolted it to the engine here, but there's a bracket right here that mounts from where the half shaft goes to the engine, which is a major support bracket. It holds up some of the weight of the transmission. And I wasn't about to install everything without that bracket on, because then my name's on it if something goes wrong with the car because of safety wise. So I was like, listen, man, you're missing this bracket. 1 second. I think he actually might text again. No, it wasn't him. Okay. Because he's been going back and forth. But I was like, listen, I will install everything that we can, but we are not able to finish this car today without that bracket. I'm not going to put the subframe in and your suspension on and everything without that bracket. We're missing the bracket and we're missing the bolts. So we got the transmission in. We got all the lines hooked up, the harnesses hooked up. Yeah. And we were like, all right. So we were supposed to get $400 for the removal, $400 for the installation. I charged him, I think. What did I charge him? $300, I think. Maybe $400 for the removal, and $400 for the installation, or 3 or 4. So like $700 in total for the whole job, which isn't terrible by standards of dealerships and stuff like that, especially with all the shit he put me through. So, not focusing again. Either way, you guys can still see me and get the gist of the video. So I asked him for $250 out of the $400 because we obviously had more than half of the job done. We got all the lines, transmission bolted up and everything. It was the bracket, subframe, steering rack, and suspension. We should take any good mechanic an hour at most. So $150 for an hour of work is not bad. But let's see, another week or two goes by, and now I'm in school. I'm in a schooling program in the Army all week, every day, 12 hours a day pretty much. I don't have time to go work on a job, especially a job where he screwed up by not paying his bills and getting his vehicle impounded and then getting mad at us. He continually, this job was done. Well, this job was started 3 or 4 months ago. He still texts and calls me, or tries to call me. I block the numbers because I know this is a number from a business. Block. This is him trying to get in contact with me. He's like, "Hey, can you give me some of my money back since you since I paid you a little extra?" I was like, "Wait, what? What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, I paid you $250." I'm like, "Yeah, that's because we did more than half the work. We installed all the transmission, everything else with it." But he's like, "Really?" That's all he says, or something like that. I said, "Yeah, man, I'm in school now, so I'm not going to even have time to finish the job. You're probably going to have to find another mechanic." He was like, "Really?" Anyways, apparently he had another mechanic go look at the job, and the mechanic had the audacity to say, all we did was put the transmission in. Like, what do you mean? That was literally the job. We put the transmission in, we put all the harnesses in, all the lines and everything, all the way up until the customer's screw up. And he had the audacity to say, "Hey, give me my $50 back." The little extra that he says he needs. So I just decided to delete it and block him because I was tired of texting this guy. I'm like, you won't listen. You can't find the part. I looked for the part. I looked for the bracket. I really did. I looked for many days because he kept nagging me and texting me and calling, "I need my car, man. I need my car." Well, you shouldn't have screwed up to begin with. This is your fault because you didn't want to be an adult. This man is like older than me. He's probably like 2 or 3 years older than me. And he acts like a 16-year-old, guys. I swear. But yeah, I blocked his number on Facebook. Deleted, blocked. And I'm pretty sure this is one of his buddies try to call me today. Like I said, it's a business number. And I just hit block. And we had to go to voicemail, and it was some guy saying apparently he needed his radiator replaced in his charger. I didn't buy it for 1 second because he wouldn't be calling from a business number. It was guaranteed him trying to get a hold of me because I didn't text him anymore. So now let's open up some texts. Now let's see. Let's see what he texted me today. After he tried to call me with some other guy saying he needed work done in the morning, he said, "Hi." I said, "Who is this?" He said, "Wondering if you can fix my car. I got your number from someone." I said, Who gave you my number? Question mark, LOL. He said, "My coworker. Are you able to help me?" I said, "What's going on with your car?" He said, "The job you didn't finish. You lied saying you're in school. I'll be taking action on this," and refused to give me my money back. I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know who you are." I knew who he was. I'm not playing his game anymore. He said, "I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you don't. You left my transmission unfinished. I'll be taking action, and I got your info, and I'll be contacting the Army." I'm so afraid you're going to contact the Army on me. I'm in the Army. I video my work. I did work with a buddy of mine. We can both attest to that. I have over 200 customers with not one single bad review. That's because I'm an honest mechanic, I'm a good mechanic, and my prices are good. He said, "And I'll be contacting the people you work for, and I also have your name. Thanks for the tools. And if I catch you by my car, we will have an issue." Oh, okay, so now you're threatening me. You're threatening to take my tools. Man, this story's good, guys. I said, "Hey, bro, quit harassing me. I did my job better than any mechanic around here would, and tried my best. I really am in school and don't have time to finish a job that turned south when you got your car impounded." He said, "Like I said, you're not getting away with this. I promise you, David." Oh, I'm not getting away with what? He said, "You're in school 7 days a week" is a lie, but it's okay. I'm already on it. Be safe. I said, "You're blowing this out of proportion right now, and you need to quit harassing me or I'll call the police on you." He said, "N-word. I don't give a F about no police. Like I said, I'm taking action on this ASAP. You're not getting away with this. I'm going to do everything I can to make you pay. I don't fool with liars." Okay, now you're insulting my integrity as a person because I am not a liar. That is one thing I stand on as a mechanic. I said, "I ain't no liar, but that's okay, man. You're only going to believe what you want to at this point." He said, "Then you're ignoring me, refusing to give me my money." Yeah, no. This is going to get handled. I'm not the one, bro. I have people in the Army and all that, not worried about no police, bro. English hard for you, guy? Now you're threatening me with people you know in the Army as well. Okay, so now you're threatening me take my tools. Threatening me if I come and take my tools back. You threaten me, okay, F the police. They're not going to do anything. And then, oh, yeah, I know people in the Army too. Okay. This is good. This is like a real book. I said, and like I said before, that money was for our labor we did, since we did more than half the job. He said, "No, you did not. You did nothing and acted like y'all didn't want to work anyways." Even if we did act like we didn't want to work, of course we didn't want to work. We knew this was a shitty situation to begin with. We still did it. We got it done all the way to the point of his screw up. And he has the audacity to act like, oh, said, "But like I said, you'll pay for what you did. Trust me, not my first rodeo." I said, "What do you mean, bro? We legit did everything we could, minus what you lost from the impound." He said, "Bro, all I asked was you to finish the job. I refuse to believe you have no time at all. But like I said," I said, "I legit can't. I'm not lying about my school, and that still isn't the right bracket." He still has yet to find the correct bracket for his car. He said, "Okay, I need some of my money back, bro, or we're going to take action in this. Like you left and didn't finish the job. I should not have paid you until the job was done." No. Wrong answer. You still have my tools. You should have paid me exactly what I requested because I did as much as I could as a mechanic for the safety of you as a customer. I'm not going to put you at risk. He's so oblivious. Like, you left and didn't finish the job. I should have paid you. No, did not know you were going to run off, and you're still offering to fix other people's cars. I said, I didn't get paid for the whole job, my guy. You know what, bro? If you can't finish the job or fit it in, I'm just going to take action. This is ridiculous and sad. One of the last things I said, I got paid for a little over a half of it because what we did is way harder than putting up the remaining subframe on the car. And I wasn't running off, man. I have a life, and I want to progress my career. I'll be damned if I can't progress my career because of one customer who wants to make mistakes and blame me for his mistakes. And all he said was, "See you soon." The last thing I said to this guy, and he didn't respond. It's been over half an hour so far. I said, I have over 200 customers and absolutely zero negative reviews because I'm a good mechanic. But when I get into a situation like what happened with your vehicle, no mechanic wants to touch the vehicle because of stuff missing, and the safety of you, the customer, is at stake when all the stuff isn't there for installation. When you drop the facts on the man in the matter of it, he's held speechless and doesn't know what to say because he looks like an idiot, guys. So to wrap this whole story up, yes, I absolutely love being my own boss and being a mobile mechanic. It's great. But there's a few times where I've not liked it. This is just a highlight of it. This is the worst yet because now he's threatening me, guys. I'm not scared. If he does some more stuff, I'm just going to call the police and the military police on him and get his ass thrown in jail because he owes $2,000 to his landlord. I'm not going to play around with this. I'm doing my stuff and I'm getting out of here. And I'm doing it as best as I can. But now I feel like he's going to have some of his buddies call me for work and be like, hey, can you come fix my car? Then I'm going to pull up, and guess who's probably going to be there? Him. So I might have to start walking around with my 9mm around when I do some side jobs because, damn, I'm not scared, like I said. But people out here around Fort Hood, there's a lot of sketchy neighborhoods I go through and do jobs for. His neighborhood isn't that bad where his new house is. But now he's playing all these games, guys. So, moral of the story is be safe. Don't get into a situation. Don't get into a situation like I did. Make sure the customer, if he's wanting a job done, he has the new parts already there. That was my biggest mistake with this job. If he had the new parts already there, this would have been done and finished months ago. All this heartache would have been gone. But now I'm having to deal with this 4 months down, guys. Harassment, threatening, all this good stuff. All because I made a mistake and the customer made a mistake. My biggest mistake was accepting this job. I should have said, no, sir, unless you have the transmission, I'm not touching that vehicle. And I won't ever make this mistake again, guys. Also, always have someone to help you with. Always have someone to help you with jobs if you can, if it's a big job, even if it's a small job, because you never know where the customer lives. It might be a sketchy area or not. In Texas, you can get away with carrying a gun pretty much anywhere. So if you're in Texas, carry a gun. If not, carry a knife. Just be safe out there, guys. I know this is something completely different than what I normally do on my channel, but it's car related. And for anyone who's trying to get into the actual business themselves, it's a good thing to bring up. So I'll be seeing you guys hopefully with some new videos. I have another video I got to edit on my GoPro, so I will be uploading that probably next weekend because I try to upload at least one a week now. But I'm in school, so that's limited. But regardless, I will see. I can't even speak it. Regardless, whatever I'm doing on the mic. I'll be seeing you guys soon, and hopefully I don't have to put out any more of these. But if I do, it's for the benefit of you guys and to enlighten you all about my mistakes. So I'll be seeing you guys. Peace out.